Okay, from the chapter wise test, we are going to discuss the question 1 first. For the question 1, we already have some diagram in here. Diagram 1, diagram 2, diagram 3. On each diagram, there will be some crosses and also some circles. And then for the question 1a, draw the next diagram on this sequence on your paper. So you can see in here maybe like this is codon 3 when it is a diagram 1. This is codon 4 when diagram 2. This is codon 5 when it is diagram 3. So it means later if I'm going to find the diagram 4, it means it has to go down 6 crosses. That's why I have 6 crosses in here. 6 crosses go down, and then for this one, this is will be only 4 because it is when the diagram 1 it will be 1, diagram 2 there are 2 extra that going to the right, diagram 3 there will be 3 extra that going to the right. So this is diagram 4, that will be extra 4 crosses that on the right side on the first column. And then after that, for the number of circles, it will be 16 circles. Is there anyone who get confused on drawing the diagram 3 or maybe have different answer? Hello? I cannot hear anyone. Is there anyone having any different answer or get difficulties? No? Okay. If you have no question, please feel free to ask me whenever you have any question. Do not keep being quiet. I will not get mad if you ask me so many questions. It will be better so we can have a good discussion rather than you keep being quiet. Okay, so for the question 1b, explain why the number of circles in diagram 5 will be 25. Because the question B asking for the number of circles, you can ignore the number of crosses first. So on the first diagram, there will be 1 circle, and then in diagram 2 there will be 4 circles, diagram 3 it will be 9 circle. You can find the rule. If 1 it will be equals to 1 square, if diagram 2 it will be 4 is equals to 2 square, diagram 3 is 9 circles, 9 is equals to 3 to the power of 2. So it means later in the diagram 5 we can do 5 to the power of 2 or 5 square. Or maybe you want to find the difference for the first diagram into the second diagram. The difference is 3. From diagram 2 into diagram 3, the difference is 5. So it means later if I find the diagram 4, the difference will be 7. After that another difference, the difference it will be 9. So that's why in total it will be 25 circles. You can pick which one that is easier for you to explain. Yeah, so if you answer it like for the question 1b, you say that it is because 5 times 5, yeah, it's okay. So you can make it as because it is 5 times 5, or it is 5 square, or it will be, there will be 5 rows and also with 5 circle in each row, or you can tell it by telling the difference also okay. So there are 2 ways in here how you will explain. So you can say it like 5 times 5. See the diagram 1. Diagram 1 only one circle, right? One circle it will be 1 times 1. And then for the second diagram, it will be 4 circles. There are 2 rows. In each row, there are 2 circles. So I can say it is 2 times 2 for the second diagram. For the third diagram, there are 9 circles. From 9 circle, when I see the picture, there are 3 rows. In each row, there are 3 circles. That's why it will be 3 times 3. So it means later in the diagram 5, it will be 5 times 5. Because diagram 1, the number of circle is 1 times 1. Diagram 2, the number of circle is 2 times 2. Diagram 3, the number of circles will be 3 times 3. That's why I can say this is as 5 times 5. Is there anyone else want to ask me any question or get confused? Or maybe my voice is not really audible or something? Hello? Is it clear enough or is there anyone who are still confused? Hello? No question? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 1C. For sure, yeah, no question. Okay. For the question 1C, we are going to use the same diagram again, but now the question only focus on the number of crosses. So it means we can ignore the number of circles on the question 1C. The first thing we have to do, we need to count how many crosses are there on each diagram. So on the first diagram there are 5 crosses, on the second diagram there are 8 crosses, on the third diagram there are 11 crosses. And then when I check the difference from 5 into 8, the difference is 3. From 8 into 11, the difference is 3. Because the difference is 3, we need to find the multiple of 3. Multiple of 3 will be 3, 6, 9. And then after that we find the difference will be all of them are 2. So later you can write it as 3 times n plus 2. This is okay, or you can write it as 3n plus 2. And then later if you only get the answer, because this is 2 marks, if you have 3n only, it will be only 1 marks. But if you have 3n plus 2, you will be getting 2 marks. In this question, there are 2 marks. Is there anyone having any question or get confused? Yeah, if you say that n times 3 plus 2 it's counted, 3 times n plus 2 it's also okay. 3 times n plus 2 or n times 3 plus 2, that is all okay. Or you want to write it in the simplest one, 3n plus 2, that is also okay. You will be getting 2 marks. But for example, I found the 3n, but the difference I get 5, like 3n plus 5, you will only get 1 marks. But like if you have 2n plus 3, you will have no marks. It's supposed to be 3n plus 2, not 3n. Sorry, it has to be 3n plus 2, not 2n plus 3. Is there anyone else having any question before I move to the question 2? You can unmute yourself and directly tell me which one is your queries, or you can type anything through the chat box as long as it is related to the maths class. I'm reading the chat box. I just do not type the answer through the chat box. No question, yeah? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 2. For the question 2, we already have the position to thumb rule. But in here, the position to thumb rule is not written in the words, but it's shown as a function mapping. So we are a function machine, sorry. So we are going to use this function machine to find out the second term. It says second term. It means the position number is at number 2, because second term is 2 with the letter nd, something like this. This is second. So it means the position number is number 2. So we already have the position, which is 2, and then we follow the function machine. 2 times 6 will be 12. 12 plus 2, it will be 14. So it will be 14 only. And then for the question B, you can write it as at 6, or you can write it as 6 only. It will be okay if you write it as 6 or at 6. So please kindly check it. If maybe, for example, I make wrong counting when I check your marks or anything, later you can tell me through the private comment. So at night, usually at night, I will check all the homework so I can rectify your marks. Maybe at 8 or 9, usually I check anything. So if you later in the end, when you try to recalculate, there is something different, you can you can turn it again, your answer sheet, and then write in the private comment how much that you're supposed to get. Okay, is there anyone having any question? Why do I have to write at 6? Because this is the position number is multiplied by 6. So it means the thumb to thumb rule will be at 6. Is there anyone having any question or get confused for the question 2? Before I move to the question 3, I'm reading the chat box, so please, if you have any question, let me know. You can type all your queries through the chat box. Okay, no one asked me anything through the chat box, so I will continue to the question 3. For the question 3, we already have the term to term rule is multiplied by 3. we have the fourth term. We need to find the first term. So the easier way, we have to make list in here. So I already have the fourth term. If I want to find the previous term, so we need to do the opposite of multiply by 3. Opposite of multiply by 3 is divided by 3. So 54 divided by 3 will be 18. So we will have the third term. And then 18 we divide it again by 3. We will have 6 as the second term. And then 6 we divide it again by 3. We will have 2 as the first term. So the answer will be 2 at the question 3. Is there anyone having any question? Or maybe I talk too fast, my voice laggy or anything? Is there anyone having any question? Let me know whenever you have any question. Do not keep being quiet. I will not get mad if you suddenly interrupt me and ask me any question. No question? Okay. If no one tell me anything through the chat box, so I will assume none of you get confused. I will move to the question 4. For the question 4, we already have the sequence in here. We need to find the nth term. So same, we need to find the difference first. The difference is 3, so it means I need to find the multiple of 3. Multiple of 3 can be 3, 6, 9, 12 and so on, because there are only 4 terms. We need to write it 3, 6, 9, 12 only. After that, we find the difference between the term and also the multiple of 3. 14 minus 3, the answer will be 11. 17 minus 6, the answer will be 11. That's why for the answer for the question 4, it will be 3n plus 11. If you write it only 3n plus 14 or maybe 3n plus 10, you will get 1 mark. But if you completely 3 times n plus 11 or n times 3 plus 11, you will be getting 2 marks. Is there anyone having any question, or maybe my explanation is confusing? Okay, yeah, it's okay. If you want, let me know which one is your queries. I will not move to the next question until I see the chat box. No one. Yeah, if you wrote it as 3 times n plus 11, that is also the same thing, so it's correct. N times 3 plus 11 also correct. If you want to simplify it, become 3n plus 11, correct. Okay, is there anyone else having any question? Yeah, I see you're drawing, Miguel. Okay, is there anyone else having any question? No? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 5. Please kindly do double checking, yeah, because I do not edit. Like usually when I check, I will choose to edit your file and then put tick on it. But if I edit your file, later I will be uploading another file on the Google Classroom. I will make the Google Classroom full. That's why maybe if I make a mistake on checking your paper, later let me know through the Google Classroom, and please kindly check your answer sheet also. You can do double checking with me. Okay, I will continue to the question 5. There is a person named Enid, and then he is going to find the term to term rule of this first 4 term. From 23 into 29, the difference is 6. From 29 into 35, the difference is 6. So it means we will use add 6 as the term to term rule. And then for the question B, work out the 11th term of the sequence. You can make list, like I already have the 4th, I will find the 5th, I will find the 6th, I will find the 7th until I get the 11. It's also okay because the answer will be the same, 83. Or you can use by finding the difference between the term that you are going to find and the term given. In here, I use the finding the difference between the term given. I use the 4th term, and then because I'm going to find the 11th term, so I do 11 minus 4, which is equals to 7. And then after that, the difference I will need to multiply it by the term to term rule. So 7 minus 6, it will be equals to 42, and then 42 plus 41 will be equals to 83. And some of you will use like finding from the first one, maybe finding the difference with the first term, So maybe you do 11 minus 1. 11 minus 1, it will be equals to 10. And then the 10 you multiply it by 6, which is equals to 60. And then the 60 you plus it by how many? 23. The answer will be also same 83. Because some of you are using different way, because it depends on the, oops, sorry, it's 60 not 63. It depends on the which term that you are going to use. Like we have the first four term, you can use the first term, you can use the second term, or you can use the third term, fourth terms. That's why the method might be different, but the final answer will be the same, because it depends on which term that you are going to use. Okay, so that's why the answer will be equals to 83. Is there anyone having any question or get confused? My explanation is still confusing or anything? No? No question? Yeah, most of you are using the first term when I check it. But you don't have to use the first term. You can use any other term. You can use the second term, you can use the third term, or you can use the fourth term. Will be up to you. In here, I show the step when I use the fourth term, but most of you, when I check it last night, use the first term. Okay, no question? Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the question 6. So for the question 6 in here, we already have the n term, n per 2 n plus 1. We need to find the first three terms. When we are going to find the first three terms, in here the letter n, we will replace it into number 1, 2, 3. Why we have to change it into 1, 2, 3? Because first three terms are first term, second term, and also third term. That's why the letter n we replace it into 1 for the first term. The letter n we will replace it into 2 for the second term, and the letter n we will replace it into 3 for the third term. So here for the first term will be 1 per 3, second term will be 2 per 5, and then for the third term it will be 3 per 7. Because the multiplication have to be done first, so we have to do 2 times 1 plus 1. If you want to change it into a decimal, it's also okay. So the 1.3, the 1 per 3, it can be 0.33. And then for the 2 per 5, it will be equals to 0.4. And then for the 3 per 7, it can be 0.42. Yeah, 42. Because the question did not ask you to write it as a decimal, it will be better if you keep it as a fraction, because the decimal will never stop. This is the 3 will never stop, will keep continue. If you change it into a fraction, maybe your answer will not coming back into 1 per 3. But for this test, I will let you, if you write it as a fraction or write it as a decimal, it will be correct. For the question 6, in total there are 2 marks. So if 2 out of 3 are correct, you will be getting 1 mark. If only one term that is correct, you will have no marks. Like if all of the numerator are correct, but the denominator is wrong, I will give you 1 mark. If the denominator are correct, but the numerator are wrong, I'll give you 1 mark also. So why is it 1 per 3? I told you we are going to find the first three terms. It means the letter n, we are going to replace it into number 1 for the first term. And then the letter n, we are going to replace it into 2 for the second term. Letter 3, we will replace it into 3 when it is the third term. So, remember the bit mass, we have to finish the multiplication first. 2 times 1 first. 2 times 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 will be 3. That's why it will be 1 per 3. And then for the second term, 2 times 2 plus 1. We have to finish the multiplication. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 plus 1 will be 5. And then for the third term, we replace the n into 3. We finish the multiplication. 2 times 3 will be 6. 6 plus 1 will be 7. That's why the answer will be like this. Is there anyone else having any question or get confused? Is there anyone else having any question or get confused or maybe still do not understand how did I get 1 per 3, 2 per 5, 3 per 7? Is there anyone else having any question before I continue? Yeah, the n is the number of the sequence. N is the position number. Because this is the n term, when it is the first term, the n will be 1. When it is 7th term, yeah, you replace the n into 10 or any term that you are going to find out. Okay, is there anyone else having any question? I'm reading the chat box. Okay. So yeah, if you answer only 2 out of 3 correct, you get 1 mark. If only 1 out of 3 that is correct, you have no marks. Because that's usually the Cambridge checkpoint works. If there are 3 answer, yeah, if there are 3 answer, you have to answer at least 2 correct to get 1 mark. If you only get 1 mark, you will not getting any marks in the Cambridge checkpoint. That's why I try to check your chapter wise test following the pattern in the Cambridge checkpoint, so you will not get shocked later on when we will have a Cambridge checkpoint. I hope the corona will be over soon, so next semester you will be having Cambridge checkpoint. Is there anyone else having any question at question 6 before I move to the question 7? Yes, if you have any question, I think someone is going to ask me any question. No, you don't have to write it as a decimal. The question only asks you to find the term. It will be better if you keep it as a fraction. This is I show the decimal because some of you are answer it as a decimal. So that's why I show the decimal and also fraction. But it will be better if you keep it as a fraction. You will not waste your time because if you want to find the decimal, you have to 1 divided by 3, how many? 3 by 7 is how many? You will need more time. So you just can keep it as a fraction because the question did not mention you have to show it as a decimal or you have to show it as a fraction. It will be up to you. You want to show it as a decimal or a fraction. Is there anyone else having any question now before I move to the question 7? No? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 7. Please kindly do double checking also, yeah. So later in the end of the class, you can tell me how much that you get. Okay. I will continue for the question 7. Here there are 5 cards. Cards A, B, C, D, E. On each card there will be having expression. Now for the question 7a, we have to find which card that having same value when we replace the p into 3, the q into -1. So for the question 7a, we will just replace the letter p into 3, the letter q into -1. So let's start from the card A. Card A, we have P minus Q. The P is 3, the Q is -1. So it will be 3 minus -1. Minus and negative, we can combine it, become plus. So 3 plus 1 will be equals to 4. For the card B, P plus Q. So will be 3 plus -1. Plus and minus, we can combine it, become negative. Or become minus, sorry. So 3 minus 1 will be equals to 2. And then for the question C, P square. The P is 3, so it will be 3 square, which is equals to 9. Card D, 2P. 2P means 2 times P. So it will be 2 times 3, which is equals to 6. And then card E, we have Q square plus 1. The Q is equals to -1, so it will be -1 square plus 1. -1 square will be 1. 1 plus 1, it will be 2. So the cards that having same value are card B and also card E because they are having value of 2 in the end of the calculation. Is there anyone else having any question? Or maybe I talk too fast or anything, my voice laggy or anything? No question? Okay, for sure, yeah, no question. Okay, if you have no question, wait, let me recheck again the chat box. Okay. No one text me anything through the chat box. I will move to the question 7b. For the question, yeah, be back soon. If you want to go to the restroom, please be back soon. So you can continue the double checking later on. Okay, for the question 7b, same, we are going to use those 5 cards. But now we have a different case in here. Now the case is which card that having same value when we have P is equals to Q. So in here, I will just replace all the P into Q because P is equals to Q. So later in the end, all of the equation will be having letter Q. So it will be easier for me to compare which card that having same expression. So like for the question A, it will be the P, I will replace it into Q. So Q minus Q will be 0. For the question B, the P, I will replace it into Q, become Q plus Q. Q plus Q will be 2Q. And then for the question C, P square, the P, I replace it into Q, so become Q square. For the question D, it will be 2P. 2P means 2 times P. The P replace it into Q, so 2 times Q, which is equals to 2Q. And then for the card E, the expression is already given in the term Q, so I don't want to change it. Now I can compare which card that having same expression. This is the B having expression 2Q in the end. The letter D having expression 2Q in the end. So it means the answer will be B and D. If you answer it with different pairs like B and C or D and A or anything that is not B and D, you will have no marks. There is no 0.5 on this chapter wise test. Okay, so is there anyone else having any question? Yeah, you still don't understand why this is P is equals to Q. So it means I can replace the P into Q or I can replace the Q into P. It will be up to you. Or if this is confusing, you can pick any random number as long as P and Q are having the same number. So maybe I will just say that P is equals to 2. This is P is equals to 2 and then the Q is equals to 2. From here I can see that P is equals to Q because both of them are having the same value which is equals to 2. After that we just need to replace it on each expression. So now we have, wait, let me clean up all the annotation first. Okay, so now we have P minus Q. The P we can replace it into 2, so it will be 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2 will be 0. And then for the question B, we have P plus Q. Both P and Q, they are having same value, so I can change it into 2 and 2. 2 plus 2 will be 4. And then for the question C, no, this is not nice. Okay, sorry. Let me change the number. Wait, let me change the number into 3 because 2 plus 2 and 2 times 2 are having same value, so I cannot use the P and Q into 2. So let me replace the P into 3, P into 3 and then Q into 3. The number will be up to you as long as when you plus them and you square them, the answer will be different. So it means you can use the number as an example if you still do not understand how to use it when P is equals to Q. So now I use the P and P equals to 3, the Q is equals to 3, so I can do 3 minus 3, the answer will be 0. P plus Q, so 3 plus 3, it will be equals to 6, and then P square, so it will be 3 to the power of 2, which is equals to 9. And then for the question D, 2P, it means 2 times P, the P is 3, 2 times 3 will be equals to 6. And then for the question E, we have Q square plus 1, I replace the Q into 3, so 3 square plus 1, 3 square is equals to 9, 9 plus 1 is equals to 10. So now if we already have the numbers in here, we can check which card that having same number. The card that having same number is card B and also card D. That's why the answer will be B and D. Is there anyone else still having any confusion now? Hello? Is there anyone else still having any question? You can choose any number as long as, no, it's not like -1 and 3. At the question A, it's already given that P is equals to 3 and then the Q is equals to -1. But in this question, we only know that P is equals to Q. If you are still confused with the expression, you can just replace the letter P and Q into random number as long as the value are equal. Because but you cannot use 2 because 2 plus 2 will be 4 and then 2 square will be equals to 4. When we plus it and we square it, it's supposed to be having a different answer. That's why we cannot check the P is equals to 3, the Q is equals to 3. Now, what if you take the P and Q into 1? Let us try with. So P, wait, where is my another color? Okay. If I use the P equals to 1 or Q into 1, wait. If someone asks me if like this, so it means 1 minus 1, it will be equals to 0 for the P. 1 plus 1, it will be equals to 2 for the P. And then for the C, we will have a P square. So 1 to the power of 2, the answer will be equals to 1 for the card C. And then for the card D, we will have 2 times 1. 2 times 1 which will be equals to 2. And then for the card E, we will have Q square plus 1. So 1 square plus 1. It will be equals to 2 still. But yeah, it will be better if you take the, but when I put into a different numbers, the letter E will not be having same answer. When I replace it the Q into 3, they will not have the same answer. That's why we still have to take the letter P and D only. Is there anyone else having any questions still? So it means from here you cannot take number 1 or number 2 as the example when you want to try to find which card that having the same value. Is there anyone else having any question? Yeah, it's given. The P is equals to Q is given from the question. So it means the P is equals to Q. If you are still confused, you can change it into a number. Or if you don't want to change it into a number, you can replace the letter P into Q. Why? Because P is equals to Q. So it means I can replace the P into Q. Or you can use a different way. You can replace the Q into P. That is the meaning of P equals to Q. So you can replace the P into Q or you can replace the Q into P. You pick which one that you want to use and use it for all of the 5 cards given. In here, I will replace the P into Q. That's why all of the expression on each card in the end will be having something with the letter Q. There will be no more letter P on it because all the P I will replace it into Q. No, do not use 0. Do not use 0 because 0 to the power of 2 will be 0. 2 times 0 will be 0. 0 minus 0 will be 0. 0 plus 0 will be 0. So do not use 0. No, 0 is not a good counter example if you want to prove any expression. 1 is also sometimes not good also. Is there anyone else having any question? Because it's from the question P is equals to Q, it means the P I can replace it into Q or Q I can replace it into P. You pick which one that you are going to use for all of these 5 cards. In here I just replace all of the letter P into Q. And then I check which one that will be having the same expression. No question? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 8. For the question 8, in here we have the time taken from Mia. Mia takes T minutes, but we don't know how much is exactly T time. So we just keep it as T. And then now for the first sentence, Lily takes 20 minutes longer because 20 minutes longer, so we need to plus it. The original is T, 20 minutes longer, so T plus 20. And then for the second sentence, twice. Twice means 2 times. The time taken that Mia take is T. So it means 2 times T. 2 times T, it will be equals to 2T or you can write it as T2. It's okay. But it's not okay if you write it as T to the power of 2. It will not be okay. And then for the question C, Jamila takes 10 minutes slower. So T minus 10. For the last sentence, you already have the expression. So if the expression in here, you can say that as a half as time than Mia, or you can say twice faster, or you can say half times less than Mia. That is also okay. Takes half the time is also okay. Half time less than Mia, that is also correct. Is there anyone else having any question before I continue to the question 9? Is there anyone else? So each number in here having 1 mark. In total there are 3 marks. No question? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 9. For the question 9, check things of a number n and then subtract it by 5 divided by 7. So it will be n minus 5 all over 7. If you want to like you just can write it in a one line, you have to make sure that the n minus 5 you put it inside a bracket like this. If you want to use the caps lock n also okay, but it's supposed to be not caps lock n. Later on, do not use the caps lock because the n is not a capital letter. But for this test, yeah, I'll let you if you write it as the n with the caps lock n, still count it. Okay, if you want to write it in a one line, you have to make sure that the n minus 5 is inside the bracket, because if you only write it as n minus 5 per 7, it means the number that you are going to divide by 7 only number 5, not n minus 5. But when we read the sentence, I have the number subtracted by 5 and then the result we will divide it by 7. That's why we have to put bracket on the n minus 5. Is there anyone else having any question before I continue to the question 10? No? Okay. If no one have no question, I will move to the question 10. For the question 10 in here, Billy thinks of a number, then multiply it by 3 and then subtract 6. So I will just make a function machine in here, multiply by 3, so times 3 and then subtract 6. And when we are going to find the original number, we can do from the back and then do the opposite. So opposite of subtract 6 will be plus 6. 15 plus 6, it will be equals to 21. And then this is times 3. Opposite of times 3 will be divided by 21 divided by 3 will be equals to 7. You don't have to draw the function machine. I just want to see the final answer 7. This is I show you the steps. How do I get 7? Some of you only write it like 15 minus plus 6 is equals to 21. And then you write it on the next line. You write 21 divided by how many? Divided by 3 is equals to 7. It's okay. You don't have to draw the function machine. Is there anyone else having any question before I continue to the question 11? No? Okay. If you have no question, let us move to the question 11. Question 11 in here, multiply by 4 then subtract x. So we have the number x. The x multiplied by 4, it will be 4x. So that's why we pick the 4x. This is x to the power 4 is wrong. 4 open bracket, no. And then for the other one is 2 minus 4x. Now subtract 2, because subtract 2 the true have to be at behind. Do not write it in a opposite way. So the answer only 1 for x minus 2. Is there anyone else having any question or get confused so far? Yes, question 10 is 1 mark. Question 10 is 1 mark. Is there anyone else having any question for the question 11? Okay. No question? Yeah, if you correct, you get 1 mark. For the question 11, also 1 mark. Question 10, 1 mark. No question? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 12. It's almost time's up. You want to continue? It's already time's up. You want to continue or you want to, continue the next class or just keep going with the double checking? Continue the next class or now? Okay, some of you want to continue, so I will just continue. It's maybe like 3 minutes left before the WebEx end up. So this is for the question 12. the C is multiplied by 1.8 and then plus it by 32. Now we have to focus at the letter F. So the F in here is plus by 32. Opposite of plus 32 is minus 32. And then in here we have divided by 1.8. So in here we will divide it it's times by 1.8. So the next thing we have to divide it by 1.8. Is there anyone else having any question? Or you want me to go through the slides and take a picture only? Okay. For the question 12, there will be 1 mark. So each boxes I will give you like 0.5 marks. So if one box correct, 0.5, two boxes correct, in total will be 1 mark. This is the question 14. Yeah. For the question 14, we have to do reverse. So this is minus 3. It will be plus 3 times 2. It will be divided by 2. So in the end, it will be m plus 3 divided by 2. And then the last one, the last one is this one, 15. The last one is 15, okay? I think that's all for today's class. In the question 14 in here, there will be 2 marks. So in here, this is 1 mark. This is 1 mark. This is in each box 0.5 mark. So in total will be 2 marks. Okay, I think that's all for today's class. I'm sorry for being late on ending up the class. If you're already done, you